Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles back again for another video. I think it's been over a month since I last posted a video. I think that's been in part due to some craziness at work, but also my pre-orders have been pretty slow in the February-March timeframe. But things are starting to pick up, but I just wanted to get going with a quick video on this Super 7 booster pack that I received recently. So I got an email from Big Bad Toy Store saying that Super 7 were sending these out to collectors who had bought the first wave, I think, of the new Thundercats figures. I didn't actually even purchase the whole wave. I only purchased the Panthro and Lion-O figures because they're the ones that I guess I only wanted. And Jackalman I passed on, but the booster pack I guess was meant to correct some of the errors in production that they had, which is, I guess, a lesson learnt for Super 7. Don't screw it up in production because you're going to have to go through this headache to send out these replacement parts. But that being said, them doing this for free and sending it out and doing all of this nice packaging is very nice on their part. But hopefully they don't have to go through and waste their money doing that again if they get their QC and production right. And the only thing that was really of interest to me for this set was the corrected color of the trunks, which I've already swapped out. As you can see, the error in production was that the color was incorrect. And the original figure from a few years ago actually had the blue, and that is cartoon accurate. So they sent that out. They also sent out this swap out head sculpt with apparently glow in the dark eyes. Which I haven't actually tried yet, to be honest. I don't know if I just turn these off, if you sort of get any indication. Probably not. I'll probably have to get into some sunlight or something like that. But again, that's a pretty nice option. I do prefer the eyes on the original, or the stock figure there. Although I think the original had a slightly different color that was a bit brighter. But at least they've got this option now. I'll get into how I swap the trunks in a second. But all of these other accessories for Jackalman, I don't know if anyone would like these, but I'll probably just send them out to someone for free if they pay for shipping or anything like that. Hopefully there's someone local in Australia that would want these. So hit me up in the comments if you want it, and I'll ship it to you guys. I think there's the pauldron there and some weapons, but I don't have the Jackalman figure, so they are of no use to me. For the shorts, or the trunks, or whatever you want to call them, they do come with these instructions, which I would recommend not even bothering to read and throwing them in the bin. There was a video that Super 7 put up where they showed some guy using essentially these instructions to heat it up with a hairdryer. And even in that video, you could tell that he was pretty much struggling to follow these instructions. And getting these over the hips and then over the legs themselves, as you can see here, this top part is stuck in there, and then you have to sort of pry those off and then pry them down the legs. It's next to impossible, even with some of the heat treatment. So I would suggest not even bothering trying to do that. The best method for me was actually dipping this whole section in near boiling water to soften the plastic, and then pulling these legs off. So the legs have an attachment just above the thigh there where the rotation is. It's just I wouldn't call it a ball joint, it's essentially just a peg, and those pegs are very, very tight. So to pull these off, you do need to be a little bit careful. The upper part of the joint is pretty sturdy. I was surprised that it didn't snap. But watching another video, I think it was, or some photos, that top part of the joint is very sturdy. So if you soften this plastic around here with some hot water, you can pull those off. And once you pull those off, it becomes much easier to get the trunks off. But then you still need to put that section here in hot water, and then use a sort of flathead screwdriver or something that is not sharp to try and pry this around the hip joint. So there is a hip joint there that allows for the rotation and so on. So you need to pry that over the hip, which is a little bit painful. and took a few minutes to try and get that off. But once you get it off and over the sort of upper joints here, it's much easier. And then essentially to put it back on, you just need to make sure you don't have his ass facing the front. And I think that is keyed in a certain way with the left or the right side of him being bigger. And then you put that on. So you heat that up in some near boiling water as well and putting that in, and then feeding this top part up over the hips again, so it fits under this rotation part. Again, that was a little bit fiddly, but with the hot water treatment, it's not too bad. Trying to do that with these instructions, I've got no idea how anyone has ever achieved that. Now, I guess the guy in the video, it was sped up, and then there were parts where it looked like he was skipping around things and so on, so I'm not sure how he ended up doing it. But for me, I would highly recommend just going slow, using some near boiling water. There's no sort of metal parts that will rust or anything like that. And it's all, by the looks of it, unpainted plastic, which is lucky, because if there was paint on it, there'd be friggin' bloody paint scratches and things everywhere trying to do this change. But that's pretty much it. And once it's done, it looks more cartoon accurate. I mean, if no one had sort of pointed it out to me, I wouldn't even have noticed, to be honest. But once they pointed it out, I guess it's good that they were able to send it out and improve on the figure. So kudos to Super7 for doing that. But again, throw these instructions out. And I guess if you've got Jackalmen, you've got some more accessories to play with. But that's pretty much it for this quick video. I do have a few more things coming up, so hopefully you can give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. I've got the Blitzway Inspector Gadget finally coming, and also the Storm Collectibles E-Honda in the 6-inch scale. And if you follow the Facebook page, you'll see that I've received the 1/3 scale Cammy statue from Pop Culture Shock Collectibles. So I'll do a review of that coming up shortly. So hopefully you can stick around for all of that. And until then, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.